Well, hello there, brothers, sisters, family. Um, I've started this new book called An Ascension Handbook, and it's very interesting. It's a very nice book, very good information in it, and I want to share it with everybody. Um, I'm going to start off by reading the introduction, and then I think day to day we'll go through maybe one chapter at a time, or maybe an exercise. I believe that says there's exercises in here that we could do as a group, and I just want to share this with everyone. I think everyone's going to get a lot out of it. It's not necessarily religious or anything, but the topic is the mystery schools, the teachings, and how to apply them in real life situations. So I'm going to start off with the introduction, and hopefully everybody enjoys it and follows, and some good stuff in here. I know it. It starts off, my name is Serapis. It is usually associated with ancient mystery schools, but my energy is much older than that. I was worshipped as the god Osiris in Atlantis, as Hermes Trismegistus, and Thoth, and have been active on this planet for far longer than that. Obviously, the activities of the mystery schools were not disclosed, and that has led to legends about the teachings and initiation rites. These rites were deliberately taxing in order to generate public awe and respect for initiates. But the main reason for such vigorous testing was to change the self-image of new initiates. They believed that passing the test marked them out as having special psychic abilities and knowledge. This belief, of course, made the acquisition of such knowledge and abilities much easier. Most initiates didn't realize that everyone had these abilities, and that only ignorance kept them dormant. All could ascend, but only the initiated believed that they could. That brings us to you. You may not see yourself as an initiate in a modern day mystery school, but you are. Most of what the initiates of old were taught is generally available in books, including this one. Also, the same types of instruction in psychic abilities are readily available today. If this surprises you, remember that most of the population in earlier days was illiterate and ruled by what you would call primitive superstition. You have another advantage over the old mystery school initiates. In those days, Ascension was as personal and individual experiences. But nowadays, the entire planet is gearing up for a planetary ascension, so that you can all make the necessary changes in a short time. Many beings such as myself are paving the way for you to keep pace with the planet's progress. I am here to talk about ascension, your imminent ascension, and not some far distant historical event. I am talking about changes you are already undergoing and which will continue in the coming years. In this book, we will examine personal and planetary ascension, how it affects you, and how you can make the process go more smoothly. This book is a guide to the new terrain, what you will find, and who you will meet. It introduces you to a new vocabulary which will allow you to converse with your fellow traveler with the minimum of misunderstanding, although you must realize that your particular journey is unique. Yes, everyone's journey is completely their own. We've chosen it before we came here. Chose your name, your parents, everyone. Everything, every aspect, every trial. Just keep that in mind. We came here with direction. We came here with a plan. But we were also made to drink of a cup of forgetfulness. That we had to find this on our own each time that we came here. I'm using this particular channel because he is of my energy, and therefore our frequencies match closely. Although he has extensive technical background, and while this book is not at all technical, I require some precision in describing how energy is manipulated. Off the physical plane, the laws of energy are different, but there are still laws, and I want to convey a sense of them with clarity. Use this book as a means for informing your intellect of the process of ascension. Your spirit self will ensure that your other levels of your being also get the message, because ascension is a community effort. Your body, consciousness, and emotional energy are capable of direct cognition without intermediate language. Rest assured that they are getting the message also. That's a cool thought, because sometimes you think that you're only getting this on a superficial level, and the your subconscious is really picking this stuff up. So please read about the process, reflect on it, and discuss it. But do not think for a moment that the written word is all you are getting. At the spirit level, you have all worked with me in the vast now point. Although you would think of it as a past life activity, we know each other, and we have built up a bond of trust and love over long periods. If you go forward with this book, be aware that knowing its contents alone will change your life and is therefore a commitment to your personal ascension. This book is a practical guide to a process that is already underway. It is about metaphysics in the true meaning, the physics behind physics, and describes experiments that you can perform in the safety of your own aura. Notice also that it's not called the Ascension Handbook. It's only one of many such books that are appearing at this point in the process. The book is in two parts. One part lays the groundwork and introduces you to energy fields. I have worded it so that no special knowledge is required. We also briefly review the events leading to where your planet is now. And then part 2 is practical, what you need to do to accelerate your personal ascension, and thereby the planetary ascension, sorry. Because the planet is really one large energy field. Each step you take towards personal ascension not only makes it easier for you, but also for everyone else. You are therefore a leader by example. I've always heard that all my life. Lead by example. Don't ever be a follower. Lead. Show the way for others, because you never know who is watching. And nowadays I have 3 kids, and they watch everything. Everything. And we learn from what we see. We know that you have been bombarded with metaphysical books since the printing press was invented, but never before has this type of book been so important. Planetary ascension is in fact not negotiable, and a time frame has been set, one that does not leave much time for debate. So please treat this with the same urgency that we who are off the physical plane do. As light workers, you have prepared for this process since you first started to incarnate on this planet. Our purpose here is to guide the final push, your personal ascension. But however much we push, a conscious pull is needed on your part. Share this material with your friends, form groups to play with the exercises, talk about ascension to whomever will listen, and to those who won't. A lot of people aren't going to listen, but it's okay. Your words aren't in vain. It's important that everyone knows what's happening. Otherwise, we may face mass confusion. You are collectively entering the glorious conclusion of a glorious experiment. And the stage is set. The entire universe is poised in anticipation. So play your parts with joy. And then it ends off, I am Serapis. I think that's maybe just enough for today with just the introduction, and I'll start off with part 1. It's titled Ascension. What is it? These are short parts to each thing. To each chapter, it's a very short description of everything, but I believe that the book as a whole is quite a book. I'm very happy to have received this book. I was on Discord, and I believe I heard my brother Ray reading this book, and the things in it just rang so true for me that I had to buy it. I found it on Amazon. I found a used copy. It's got some highlighter marks in it, but it's still in great shape. I found it for $6.95 with free shipping. So it's very easy to get your hands on a copy. They have many, many new copies for sale. I believe they were about 16 bucks. So I hope everyone enjoys this. It's going to be an awesome topic. I want to read this entire book to you guys in segments. And I will be sure to post them on the screen, each individual page. That way we can read along as well. And anytime that you need to go back, you can always pause, rewind, go back, and ponder on that same paragraph or that word for as long as you need to. This is very important that we all get this. And I'll be sure to buy the second book, and we can continue on with there. And at least whenever you do decide that you do want to check out this study and this book, you can always just, YouTube is an amazing platform. You can go right back to it and just decide that, yeah, I'm going to pick it up. Why not? So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. And I'm just learning how to use YouTube and to put pictures to the screen. Instead of y'all looking at my ugly face, you guys can look at the words on the page. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. I am so excited. Bless you all. Love and light, and peace be upon you.